Last year, at least a dozen horses died in the days surrounding the Derby. Did you know that, or were you focused on the race? Churchill Downs, as you know, where the race is called, and the deaths were called unusually high. But their headline sparked outrage, questioning everyone, not just fans of the sports. The unprecedented euthanizations caused Churchill Downs to cease races for investigations. Joining me now is Lisa Lazarus. So she's the Chief Executive Officer of the Horseracing Integrity and Safety Authority. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us. You know, the most exciting 2 minutes in sports tomorrow. And for a lot of people, it may look like years prior, but there's a lot that has changed year to date. What is different about tomorrow's race?
So really, there are three areas that are different. One is around the surface that a horse races on. Those have been optimized. Every possible checks and balance have been in place to make sure that they are safe for the horses to run on. The second is that we have enhanced veterinary protocols, so making sure that the horses are properly inspected before they actually get to the track and get to the starting gate. And the third is the first time there's a uniform anti-doping program in place that is the same across the nation.
So how did we get here, Lisa? When you look at the system, I mean, is it systemic? Is it the veterinarians? Is it the horse owners? Is it the labs where the tests are being tested?
You know, it's a number of factors that we look at when we look to see what contributed to a horse's injury or a horse's breakdown. And, you know, really it's all of the things that are important. And the most, I think, significant thing that we've done differently is that we now have a national uniform body that can actually oversee all these areas and make sure that, you know, all of the veterinary practices are optimized, the service is safe, and that, of course, that horses don't have anything in their system that shouldn't be there.
What have you learned in just the past year when you do your investigation? Where do you find really the most vulnerabilities in the sport?
So what we really find is that in order for horses to be safe on Derby Day, they need to be safe all year round. And so what we found is that we need to make sure that all of the same protections and protocols and scrutiny that are available for horses on Derby Day are in place throughout the year, because horses are coming from, you know, different racetracks around the country, and that uniformity is so important. And we feel that because this year is the first time we've had that uniformity across all of our programs, we are much better positioned to control the outcome and to make sure that the conditions are as best as they can be for horses.
To me, Lisa, that sounds like a really heavy load. I mean, I would imagine that there's so much that goes on behind the scenes in the other 364 remaining days of the year where I am not watching horses on the main stage. How are you able to manage that?
Yeah, no, there is an incredible amount of work and thought that goes into sort of rolling out this program and making sure that everyone's doing what they're supposed to keep horses safe. And we've used every resource. We've built an incredible team, and we think about every single horse across the country at every single race. It's not just the Derby, but there are horses racing across all of our states, throughout the year. We need to make sure that we keep them just as safe as we keep the Derby horses.
Okay, but what about if there's international participants? If I'm not mistaken, there are some this year, correct?
Yes, absolutely. And we basically collaborate with those international jurisdictions to make sure that we have insight to all of the veterinary records. Those horses still have to comply with the same regulations and give us the same information through our uniform portal. And in addition to that, we do out-of-competition testing through collaborations on these same horses.
Okay, so if you look at someone like Bob Raffert, first of all, can you introduce him to some of our viewers who may not be familiar? But maybe some of these owners, some of these trainers who have been doing this maybe for generations. How do you work with them? How do you institute systemic change into some people who, as I mentioned, have been doing this sport for generations?
Yeah, no, you've hit on a really important point. It really is all about, cultural change and mindset and making sure that everyone recognizes that if we want to protect this incredible sport and have it around forever, we need to collaborate and work together to make sure that everybody, sees and knows that we prioritize our horses' welfare, our horses' safety above all else.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.